Namaste. Welcome to this episode of the Bhagavad Gita series from the Immortal India podcast with my sister Bhavna Didi and me, Amish. Today, we're going to start from the very beginning actually. We're going to start with the first shloka of the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamakaha pandavaschaiva kimakurvata Sanjaya.
Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjay, after gathering on the field of Kurukshetra and desiring to fight, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do?
And one thing that was perhaps missed in this translation was he said Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. Yeah, the field of Kuru and also the field of Dharma. What do you make of this first shloka, the shloka with which the Bhagavad Gita actually began?
I find it is at one level so simple and yet so multi-layered because Kurukshetra, Kuru, is not only the name of the family but also it means Kuru is to do. And Dharma Kshetra, it's the battlefield is also the field where you are fighting for dharma. धर्म और अधर्म की लड़ाई और ये सिंपल तो कभी हो ही नहीं सकती.
Right.
And most importantly, the first verse is being said by Dhritarashtra. Okay? And he is distinguishing between his sons and the sons of Pandu.
Yeah, he says, my sons
My sons and the
and the sons of Pandu.
और अपनी संस्कृति में धृतराष्ट्र पांडवों का के बड़े पापा थे,
Correct.
ताऊजी थे.
Tauji, yeah.
हाँ, तो धृतराष्ट्र के भी तो बेटे थे वो. And this is the essence of the धर्म युद्ध, right?
Yeah.
And most importantly also, he says desiring to fight.
But can we also say that Dhritarashtra was asking Sanjay to tell him what's going on because he was physically blind to the Kurukshetra, where the battle is happening, but he was also metaphorically blind to the Dharma Kshetra. Yeah.
So beautifully said. Physically blind to Kurukshetra and metaphorically blind to Dharmakshetra.
Correct. He
इसीलिए
wasn't
तो संजय
distinguishing
लगे.
he was distinguishing between his sons and the sons of Pandu.
Yes.
And that's not the only place where actually he was blind to dharma, as you were just about to say. Yeah.
Because he's washing his hands off ना. Desiring to fight का मतलब क्या है?
The sons were desiring to fight. मेरा तो कुछ था नहीं उसमें भाई. I had no role to play.
I'm washing my hands off.
क्या करें, बच्चे लड़ रहे हैं, हम क्या करें?
हम
That's
तो
his
अंधे हैं.
attitude. Not recognizing that actually he had a role to play as well in all the events that led up to this battle. Yeah, in a way like Macbeth, those who've read that wonderful play of Shakespeare. There's a Hindi movie on it as well, if I'm not mistaken.
मकबूल.
हाँ, मकबूल. Yeah, correct. Vishal Bharadwaj ki.
हाँ.
Irfan Khan.
And
What an
Maqbool,
actor,
the
man.
movie was no less than
No less.
Macbeth the play.
No less.
बहुत बड़ी बात है ये.
बहुत बढ़िया. And Irfan Khan, what an actor. He went too early. Yeah. What a brilliant actor he was. But yes, actually, because in that, Lady Macbeth actually encouraged Macbeth to, you must become the king of Scotland, kill anyone who's in your path. And then when she saw all the murder and mayhem that her ambition led to, she was trying to wash her hands off.
रातों की नींद उड़ गई. She used to sleepwalk.
Right.
And she would keep washing her hands off, कि खून 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 हर जगह खून नजर आ रहा है. And उसी से तो ये कहावत है, washing your hands off. So guilt, a guilty conscience actually, जो guilt से बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है, guilty conscience. And ultimately she kills herself, Lady Macbeth, guilt से. धृतराष्ट्र में ऐसा तो कोई गिल्ट नहीं था इस समय.
इस समय नहीं. Perhaps by the end, at the end of the Mahabharata, both he and Ma Gandhari realized that they could have played a role too to stop this war from happening. And did they play their role as parents properly? Were they blind to the faults that Duryodhan had? Because Duryodhan had strengths too. But is it also the role of the parents to make their own children aware of what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, help them in some ways? Or should they just encourage their children no matter what they do? Bhai, I love my child, tum jo bhi karo. Is that what Dhritarashtra was doing, you think?
यू नो एक कहानी याद आई, मम्मी सुनाती थी, सडनली याद आई जब हम बच्चे थे कि एक बच्चा था, छोटी सी चोरी करी उसने, रिमेम्बर?
Remember this, I remember this.
तो छोटी सी
But they don't because they haven't heard it.
तो एक छोटी सी चोरी करी और माँ अंधी हो गई, देखा ही नहीं, और जो छोटी सी चोरी करके आया था उसे इस्तेमाल कर लिया,
पैसा आया, good.
पैसा आया। उसके बाद बच्चा ही था, बच्चे ने और बड़ी चोरी की और फिर और बड़ी चोरी की, फिर बड़ा हो गया और डकैत बन गया, डाकू बन गया, और उसके बाद खूनी बन गया और खून किया। और माँ अंधी थी, माँ कुछ देख ही नहीं रही थी कि नहीं, अनसुना कर दिया, अनदेखा कर दिया, और अल्टीमेटली उस खूनी को अरेस्ट किया गया और फिर फांसी की सज़ा हो गई। और फिर जब फांसी की सज़ा हो गई तो आखिरी दिन पूछा जाता है आखिरी ख्वाहिश क्या है, तो बोला मैं अपनी माँ से मिलना चाहता हूँ। और माँ आई कि बेटा खो रही हूँ तुम्हें, ये क्या कर डाला तुमने, what it sons of Pandu and my sons, ये क्या कर डाला,
Why they desiring to fight?
Why they desiring to fight? और मम्मी ने ये कहानी सुनाई थी बचपन में, और मम्मी ने बोला उस खूनी ने माँ को अपने पास बुलाया और फिर जोर से कान काट लिए उस माँ के, और बोला पहली बार जब मैंने छोटी सी चोरी की थी तो मुझे थप्पड़ क्यों नहीं मारा।
Actions have consequences.
Actions have consequences. And if you remember, रामायण में
Lack of actions also have consequences.
है ना? So कैकेयी माँ, she regretted at the end.
Yeah.
And जब श्री राम और माँ सीता और लक्ष्मण जी वापस आए अयोध्या, तो पूरा अयोध्या दिवाली थी ना, पहली दिवाली, एंड पूरा अयोध्या बाहर था, ऑल द सिटीजन्स, ऑल द ऑफिशियल्स, द एंटायर रॉयल फैमिली। माँ कैकेयी अंदर ही बैठी रही बिकॉज शी फेल्ट सो एम्बैरेस्ड एंड अशेम्ड। और जब पता चला तो श्री राम खुद गए एंड कैकेयी माँ ने माफ़ी मांगी और श्री राम ने इंस्टेंटली माफ़ कर डाला, वो तो श्री राम थे।
That's where I guess Kekeyi Ma was lucky that in some ways that the person she wronged was Lord Ram, who had such a big heart that he immediately just forgave her. Often, if you don't stop your wrong by yourself or don't stop your children from doing wrong, then consequences will happen. In fact, Kekeyi Ma पे भी consequences हुए because her own son Bharat, जिनके लिए उन्होंने ये सब किया, he never spoke to her ever again.
Never, till she died, her son never spoke to her ever again. I mean, how heartrending is that? और यहाँ धृतराष्ट्र, he lost all his sons. 100 के 100 सब चले गए, सब चले गए, लेकिन एक नहीं गया, पता कौन?
The clues there in this shloka only.
Because desiring to fight,
Yeah.
संस्कृत में बोला जाता है युयुत्सव,
Yutsavaha, हाँ.
और युयुत्सु कौन था?
One of his own sons, from the maid,
हाँ,
right? From the maid of
Gandhari
Gandhari Ma.
हाँ,
Correct.
हाँ.
And Yuyutsu was in a way the second son, right? Younger to Duryodhan,
हाँ, दुशासन
but elder
second
to
नहीं था.
elder to everyone else. But
Correct.
he wasn't counted because he wasn't the son of Gandhari Ma.
Correct. And Yuyutsu, who was a step brother of the Kauravas, the 101st brother actually. So Dushala was the 102nd child.
Correct.
Not the 101st.
Correct.
And Yuyutsu was like Vibhishan, na? A bit. क्योंकि जब कुरुक्षेत्र का युद्ध शुरू होता है तो युधिष्ठिर बोलते हैं कि जिन्हें इस तरफ आना है वो इस तरफ आ जाएं, जिन्हें उस तरफ जाना है वो उस तरफ चले जाएं. Now is the time. Choose your side. And Yuyutsu, who was brother to Duryodhan, came
On this side.
on this side.
Because he said, ये side में अधर्म है.
अधर्म है, यहाँ धर्म है. लेकिन ये भी होता है कि घर का भेदी लंका ढाए. राइट एंड रॉन्ग इज नेवर सिंपल, राइट?
Correct. Yeah.
तो लॉयल्टी के गेम में तो हार गया युयुत्सु, बट ही रिमेन्ड अलाइव
He remained alive.
till the end. And most importantly, he was the one who looked after Dhritarashtra and Gandharima and Kuntima at the
When
end.
they were old. Yeah. So he did his dharma on both sides.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Yeah.
And that shows that he lived with dharma. That he was good is a very loaded word. Good, evil. That he lived with dharma.
So would you say that Jujutsu was a little different from Vibhishan?
Yes, you could say that, because did Vibhishan take care of the family that was left behind once Ravan, Kumbhakarna, all of them died? I don't know, at least the Ramayana doesn't say that. I'm not aware of it. But Jujutsu did.
Ravan's mother.
Ravan's mother.
Also
Kaikeyi.
Vibhishan's mother.
Yeah, also, yeah.
Actually,
So,
stepmother.
Ramayana doesn't clarify that.
Huh.
So I don't know. Maybe he did, but at least as of now, it appears he didn't. He just became a king, and they say he ruled his kingdom well. But did he take care of his family also? Whereas Jujutsu did. At the time of battle, he chose the dharmic side. When the war was over, he took care of Dhritarashtra and Gandharima as well, which is actually dharma.
And
in a way.
Kuntima.
And Kuntima, yeah. Marnantani Vairani, as Lord Ram had said, death ends all enmities. Jujutsu is a character that is often not explored enough, but there's something that can be learned from him as well. And I think this, yeah, you're so right, this shloka gives such deep insights into parenting, into washing your hands off your own actions. It's always so easy to blame someone else. How you react to guilt also shows what kind of character you are. Because भाई हम सब ने कुछ ना कुछ तो किया है for which we should be guilty. No one is perfect. And हम सब ने कुछ ना कुछ तो किया है for which we are proud. How you react to that guilt? Do you react with denial like King Dhritarashtra did? That भाई मेरे बच्चे लड़ना चाहते हैं, मैं क्या करूं? Yeah? Or do you actually react with, yes, this is my guilt, I should do something about it. I should try and set it right. That is a lesson that can be drawn from this first shloka. I think that's a great place to end the discussion on this shloka from. This is the first shloka of the Bhagavad Gita. Do read it. Listen to this, podcast once again if it gives deeper insights, and comment below if you learnt anything different, any different interpretation from this shloka, the first shloka of the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. And if you like this episode, hit like and subscribe below so that you can receive notifications when the next episode launches. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.